Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right in today because we are unpacking a massive paradigm shift from this brilliant piece of text called The Sovereign Soul. Today we're looking at the core difference between simply having money and actually possessing true wealth. It's a concept a lot of us mix up at some point, right? So, if you've ever felt like you're working incredibly hard but somehow still missing out on the actual substance of a good life, let's explore this source material together and see what a truly wealthy life actually looks like.
Are you running your life, or is life running you around? It's a piercing question, isn't it? The text throws this at us right out of the gate to instantly engage our sense of personal autonomy. It's not asking about your stock portfolio or your bank balance. It's asking who is actually in the driver's seat. If life is just constantly running you ragged, well, you might be missing the very foundation of what our source considers a successful existence.
All right, let's get into Section 1, the definition of rich.
So according to the text, the definition of becoming rich is incredibly narrow. It's literally just having a lot of money to spend at your disposal. That's the whole shebang. It's strictly about the sheer volume of disposable income you have access to. It's a purely transactional state. You earn money, and then you have the ability to go spend it. There's no mention of happiness here, no mention of freedom, and definitely no mention of security. Just the raw mathematical capacity to buy stuff.
Which brings us to Section 2. Rich versus wealthy.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how clearly the source draws a hard, distinct line between these two terms. I mean, we conflate them all the time in everyday conversation. But on the left, as we just established, being rich is just having the cash to spend. But look at the contrast on the right. The text defines being wealthy through a completely different vocabulary: independent, self-reliant, autonomous. Wealth isn't described here as a financial metric at all. It's a measure of personal sovereignty. It's about not needing to rely on external forces to dictate your day-to-day life.
Let's move on to Section 3, the illusion of control. Honestly, this is probably the most sobering warning in the entire text. Focusing solely on earning money may actually lead to being controlled by your circumstances. Think about the irony of that for a second. So many people chase money, assuming it's going to automatically buy them freedom. But the blind pursuit of cash can actually strip away your control. You become captive to that high-paying but completely exhausting job, those classic golden handcuffs. Or you fall victim to lifestyle inflation. You're forced to keep running on the treadmill just to pay for things you don't even have the time to enjoy. The circumstances end up running you.
So, we can now formally redefine wealth, exactly as the text lays it out. Wealth is a state of living. I absolutely love that phrasing. It's a state where you are independent, self-reliant, and have autonomy over your life to a large extent. It is not a financial status. Actually, scratch that. It's more like a highly proactive condition characterized by holistic control over your own time and your own decisions.
Let's break this down a bit more in Section 4, the pillars of wealth.
So the crucial point is how these four specific pillars layer together to construct a sovereign life. First up, secure money. Being wealthy absolutely means having enough money, for sure. But the specific benefit is that it gives you confidence and security. It's about peace of mind, not endless consumption. Second, relationships. Wealth means having healthy ties with your family and your community. You really can't be truly wealthy in isolation. Third is health. And notice how comprehensive this is in the source. It's physical, mental, and emotional fitness. If you sacrifice your mental health for a paycheck, you are actively losing wealth. And fourth, a meaningful job. One that earns money but also provides a deep sense of control. These four elements literally build on top of each other to create true autonomy.
Let's actually zoom in on that fourth pillar, your work, just for a moment. According to the text, a truly wealth-building job provides three things: meaning, money, and a sense of control. It isn't just about the paycheck. If your job pays you incredibly well but completely robs you of control over your day, well, it might be making you rich, but it is actively preventing you from becoming wealthy. Autonomy is the absolute vital ingredient here.
And finally, we arrive at Section 5, the unstealable assets.
I want to read this quote from the text directly, and I want you to really let the profound nature of this sink in. Wealth is defined by the stuff that you own that others cannot take away from you. Just think about that. If your entire identity and security are wrapped up in a bank balance, a stock portfolio, or a fancy car, those are things the economy, circumstances, or other people can literally take away. But your mental and emotional fitness, your healthy relationships with your family, your self-reliance and independence, those are your unstealable assets. That is the true fortress of wealth. So,
I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Which unstealable assets are you building today? Are you just chasing society's default definition of rich, or are you actively constructing a state of living where you have control, autonomy, and assets that no one can ever take from you? I hope this dive into the source material has challenged you to reflect a bit on your own pursuits. Keep building true wealth, and we'll catch you in the next explainer.